everybody. Welcome to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in the Skyline Sports Complex for tonight's USL soccer matchup here on Invictus Sports. Tonight, the Harrisburg City Islanders host the LA Blues. LA comes in with a record of 7-9-2. Harrisburg with a record of 7-5-6. Hi, everybody. I'm Chad Edwards along with Larry Julius, and tonight, this is a big contest here on the island as we start to get late in the season, Larry. It's going to be interesting. This is a big one for both of these teams. Harrisburg won last week 2-0 over Pittsburgh. LA lost to Rochester last night 1-0. This game's pivotal because they're so close in the standings, only 5 games left in the season. What does LA need to do to win here tonight?
Well, LA coming off a loss last night in Rochester, they're going to be in a position where they're going to probably want to defend the first 45 minutes and take what they get. Obviously, they need these points, so they're not going to sit all night long. They're going to come out and attack in the second half, and they're going to try and create whatever they can. I see them going to an attacking style, if need be, in the second half, like a 4-3-3, because they do need the points, and they are right behind Harrisburg.
And how about Harrisburg? I mean, Harrisburg obviously needs a win at home. They lost to Dayton, which really threw a wrench in the fire here. They're in the hunt. They're in 5th place. What do they need to do tonight to win?
Well, this is atypical City Islanders. They're always right around border around this time of year, and they make this hard push because they come out and start playing well right around this time of year, and they end up on fire throughout the playoffs, which is what they did last year. So right now for them, they need to maintain the level of play that they've had going from the Pittsburgh game into the L.A. game. These points are critical for them. They need the distance between them and L.A.
You're taking a look at the standings. L.A.'s in 8th place. Harrisburg is in 5th place. But the difference here, if you take a look at the points, Harrisburg has 27 points. Right behind them is Richmond with 26 points. And L.A. is back with only 23 points. So this game tonight, L.A. wins. They're 1 point out of it from Harrisburg. Harrisburg needs to keep that 5th place for playoff purposes. So this game is absolutely enormous for both of these teams tonight.
Well, you know, this is, again, Coach Betcher is used to being in this position, knows how to coach these positions, does incredibly well this time of year, knows how to motivate his players. And like I said, right now, they need to maintain that distance between them and L.A. And, of course, you know, Richmond is right behind the both of them. So the points are critical. A tie is not necessarily going to help Harrisburg.
No.
You know, and honestly, at this point, Harrisburg really needs the next several games to get the 3 points out of each.
Only 5 games left on the season before we hit the playoffs. Harrisburg's in playoff contention right now in 5th place. Stay with us. Harrisburg and L.A. coming up next on Invictus Sports.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here, from delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here, from fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
The neurologist said you will lose the ability to swallow, to breathe. You will die. I asked the neurologist, why? If we could transplant hearts, couldn't we also replace damaged motor neurons?
Jennifer devoted the last 6 years of her life to wiping out ALS. Project ALS has created a new paradigm for disease research.
We know the goal. We want to get a cure for ALS.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
And welcome back to City Island and the Skyline Sports Complex. Happy to have you along here on a night to start out with a heck of a thunderstorm here about 6 o'clock or quarter to 6, and it cleared out. The sun's coming out. Should be in for an interesting evening of soccer here between the LA Blues and the Harrisburg City Islanders, Larry.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chad, anytime you get rain on the island, obviously it's soft to begin with most of the time because it's below sea level. And now you're looking at it, and it's a little plush, just a little bit of wetness on there. Ball's going to slide nice. Guys are going to like this.
Harrisburg City Islanders are wearing their pink tonight for breast cancer awareness. And there you see the LA Blues. So we're just about ready to get underway. Our referees for tonight, our head official will be Eric Weisbrod, and the assistant referee will be Darth Newman. The other assistant referee will be Michael Percy, and the fourth official is David Cochran. So getting to start tonight for the LA Blues. Getting to call and go will be Miranda. In front of him will be Garcia, Shuggs, Miller, Farber, Burke. Also Griffin, Hall, Fondy, Borja, and Jean Baptiste. And getting the call tonight for the Harrisburg City Islanders in goal, as usual, will be Nick Noble. In front of him will be Marshall, Zizzi, Ekra, Pettis, Brandt, Jordan, Malore, Langley, Noon, and Pelletier. And we're just about ready to get underway here as we're ready to get started. Islanders will take the kick to begin tonight's contest. For the rain we had ahead of time, Larry, we got a pretty good crowd on hand here tonight.
Well, I tell you, it came at the right time. It came before 6. People were still en route to get here, and it's cleared out nice. I understand we have a good 3.5 hour window before we get any more rain.
Sounds good. We'll get it in and get packed up and home before the rain hits. We're off and on our way. Zizzi back out there getting a start again for the Islanders. Zizzi working his way into the lineup after some good play. Of course, won in that Open Cup match at PPL Park in Philadelphia against the Union. Had a great game there. Noon swings it for Pelletier. Zizzi with it. Working it ahead, and that one intended for Pettis, and Pettis can be called on the foul. Now, we got a lot of rain, so not quite sure how much water is being held in this field right now. Saw a little bit of slip in there by both teams on that play as the ball came into Pettis.
Well, this is a night, Chad, I mean, for guys to put on some studs and go out and play. Obviously for us, or for the players, I should say, it's a great opportunity to come out and establish a rhythm right off the bat. Obviously, Harrisburg started to do that. It was great. Hopefully they can maintain that.
Ball sent in now. That one's sent away by Marshall in the back for the Islanders. Center of the field now. Miller with it. Miller sends it all the way back. Swung to this time for Baptiste. Here's Suggs with it. Back for Jean Baptiste again. As we mentioned in our pregame, very important game here tonight, Larry, for both of these squads. And LA coming off the loss last night, we'll have to see, you know, I'm not sure how physical that game was for them last night. But either way, you know, hopefully they got their legs under them because this is a big game for them as well as the Islanders.
Well, they have no choice, Chad. You know, whether they're tired or not, they have no choice. You know, they have to come to play. They need these points. Right now, whether it's a beautiful game for them or not, they have to find a way to get the results. So whether they traveled 4 hours, I'm sure they traveled right after the game last night and were able to get rest today. But they need to put themselves in a position to find success this evening and get the 3 points in order to close that gap between Harrisburg and themselves.
Ball sent up, out of play. We'll have a throw-in down for the Islanders on the far side of the field. Just underway here. They see Zizzi for the Islanders. He'll take the throw. Long throw. This one headed on by LA as they send it forward. Blues still with control. Almost able to turn on that was Farber. Here's Langley now down this near side. Langley trying to get there, still with it, has that one go off of him and out of bounds. We're going to have a throw-in. Actually, it's going to go for the Islanders. Looked like it went off of Langley and out of play.
It did. It did. Unfortunately, the referee missed that.
Brandt sends this one in. Langley trying to come up with it, and he's held both him and number 6 Corey Miller holding each other's shirts. No call either way. Referee lets him play on. Baptiste sends it out now for Suggs. Suggs sends it across. Fondy with it now for LA, sprinting across the middle of the field. Still with it to the outside as he plays now Burke. Burke unable to keep that in play. We'll have a throw on far side for the Islanders now.
You know, Chad, I like the energy that Harrisburg's bringing to the table right off the bat. They're high pressuring, they're keeping a high line. They're trying to go right at them. Obviously, the points to them are massive as well. But I like the way that they're coming out and they're throwing everything at them and the kitchen sink as well, because this is what they need to do to really not only get the game under control, get their rhythm established, get the crowd into it, but they need that early result.
Zizzy pulled down. We'll have a restart here for the Islanders as grabbing hold of jersey with Brian Burke. Quick restart. Malor on the far side now. Millar's taken down, and we'll have a restart again for the Islanders. 2 quick fouls. And again, this one against Burke, and the referee's going to warn him after that second quick foul. I'm sure next time the yellow card will come out for something like that. You get your couple warnings. So over the ball on the far side, looks like Malor and Pelletier. Malor can swing this in left-footed. Jason Pelletier can swing it right-footed. But a restart here for the Islanders, an opportunity at the goal. Looks like Pelletier, nope. Malor's going to swing this one in right down the middle, and that one flicked on. Looks like it's going to go off the sideline, so a nice play for LA. Looked like getting ahead on it was Garcia for the LA Blues.
You know, Chad, sorry, you know, I'm usually a fan of a left-footed service from there, but Pelletier whipping that ball to the back post, I think would have been far better served for them to whip it to the back opposed to cutting it across. And not to say it wasn't a good ball, but Pelletier's been striking a nice ball lately. I think it would have been better served playing it in with the right foot.
What a great breakout here by the LA Blues, and just a little too quick on the jump, but we saw the speed there of Max Griffin. Of course, he's on loan from Orlando City, playing for LA Blues. So that was a quick burst up that middle for him. Great ball through for Malor now. Malor trying to work it down inside as it comes all the way through. You can see the players really slipping and sliding out there. The field is holding all of that rain right now and really not much of it draining off. So it's going to be a slippery game, I think, here for both squads. And footing's going to be key once that ball gets inside that 18.
Well, it had nowhere to go. It came down so quick on us. It had nowhere to really absorb into.
And we'll have a goal kick here. Noon trying to win that one, but good effort, but it goes out of bounds. Another goal kick here, or first goal kick, I should say, for the LA Blues. Happy to have you along here on Invicta Sports. 6 minutes in, 0-0. Larry Julius and Chad Edwards bringing you the action here from the Skyline Sports Complex. Ball sent through. You'll see here as Noon tries to get to it, and that one just goes off his foot and out of play. Ball sent up now. Headed on, Langley trying to get there, able to keep that one in play, but again, the footing, not able to stay with it. Ahead for Pelletier now. Pelletier trying to keep his footing and loses it, and then sliding through as Suggs comes up with it, and LA will work it in the back now as Garcia looks to push ahead. Now you'll check it back. LA's got a big team, don't they, Larry?
Well, you know, I remember seeing Baptiste play with Portland earlier in the year, and Portland was huge, and they were struggling pretty bad. Obviously, they fired their coach as well, so I'm sure they were moving some players around. They were a massive back line as well, and I know they were actually missing the local player, David Horst, who's from my area, who's playing for Portland, and when he came back, I'm sure this is how Baptiste ended up here in L.A. However, again, you know, the game itself, Chad, in soccer, it seems to have really transcended to a big man's game. You know, these guys are just monstrous anymore. And it's ironic how growing up, I mean, size was never an issue when it came to, if you were a good player, you were a good player, you played. Now it's almost down to you almost have to be jacked like a football player to be a soccer player.
Well, we both had the pleasure to be able to take in the All-Star game for the MLS this past week, and that was one of the things you and I were both saying was you know, didn't realize the size of some of those players. You know, they don't look that big on television, but, you know, like Henry, I was surprised at. Much bigger than I anticipated from seeing him on TV and stuff. So you're right. The size has gotten so much bigger in soccer players than it used to be.
Yeah, and it's not just you know, height. It's chest size, arm size.
Exactly.
I mean, these guys are just, you know, they're in the weight rooms all the time. I mean, they're physically more prepared to be successful players.
Ball sent ahead. Nice play by LA to win that ball as Pettis was trying to chase it down. This ball slidden out of bounds. We'll have a throw in now for the Islanders. LA with it deep now. Fondy long up over the top. Marshall gets ahead on that one. Malor trying to get the turn. He does. Has some room out there. Malor guard hard now. Trying to take it to the end line. Two players there. Nice job working his way down in there, and he's going to win the ball as well, it looks like. Or is it going to be a corner kick? It is going to be a corner kick. Great job, though, by Matt Hall to try and win that ball down deep in there. I thought he played it off of Malor, but it must have been out of bounds before that.
It's hard for me to see. As soon as I turn right, that sun is blaring right in the side of my right side of my head. It was hard for me to see. Fortunately for us, we got youthful statistician eyes and this young Kaylee Edwards who can see all.
Noon will take the kick for the Islanders. Noon swings this one in near that back post. Nice job coming out by Miranda to get 2 fists on that one. We're going to have a foul after the play. It looks like it's going to go against Pelletier. Or I'm sorry, Marshall rather. I apologize. It's Marshall in there. We'll take a look and see what it was. Noon swings this one in, down in front, and it looks like Marshall just falls over top of him.
Yeah, I didn't see the foul there. Obviously, it looked like a slight scrum, and he's trying to control the game right from the get-go, showing that, hey, I'm not going to allow or permit any of this to go on. So more of a message to the players, I think, than it was really a foul.
So restart here. Goal kick, or checked out, a restart, I should say, free kick for LA as this ball is driven up by Jose Miranda. Headed on there and flicked ahead. Pettis trying to get there. Pettis able to get a foot on it, and that was going to be played up and out of bounds off of him. Good defensive play there by Baptiste for the LA Blues. I know we have some servicemen out in California watching the game, of course, from Harrisburg. And we hope you're enjoying the game here. Of course, Harrisburg will be out in just a few weeks. You'll be able to see them play 2 games against the LA Blues. Hope you'll bring all of your friends from the base out. So enjoy the contest there. And some USL soccer action. An offsides charged here against LA, so a restart for the Islanders. Pelletier trying to do a quick restart, and they're going to call it back.
You know, it'd be great for...
Send us your feedback. Follow us on Twitter. You can do that at Invicta Video, or you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Invicta Video. Sorry, Larry, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I didn't hear you say that. I'm over here thinking about what you said about the guys in California. The first thought that came to my mind was, remember at the All-Star game how they had the Sons of Ben at the other end over there, and they were just chanting up a storm? That would be great for Harrisburg to go out to L.A. and for those guys to bring an army of guys just to come out in support of the Harrisburg City Islanders. That would be just massive for them.
I know a bunch of them wear City Islander jerseys and show up at the game, so hopefully they can bring the whole base there and get them to cheer for the City Islanders and the LA Blues. It's good soccer. Come out and support both teams and watch some really good soccer that's played around the country in the USL. And I know we enjoy bringing you all the action, and we've had some great feedback from people throughout the year. Again, this season, I'm enjoying the coverage on the USL with their partnership with U-Nation. So get out and support those local teams. Ball swung all the way across now. Brandt with it for Marshall. Pelletier. LA doing a nice job of keeping the pressure with those forwards up top. It looks like they're playing just one up top, Larry, and they're just letting number 14, Max Griffin, do a lot of running up there.
And again, that's not uncommon after coming off the road and what have you, trying to just get an early one, defend a little bit, take what they can get. Not uncommon. I do suspect that they would open up in the second half and go after the result if they can keep this thing tight.
Farber sent a nice ball down in there for Griffin. You could see Griffin got tangled up there in that wet surface down in that corner. Had time to turn and everything, but slipped on it. Here's Ekra, midfield now. He's taken down. They're going to play on, though, as Noon was able to swing it quickly for Zizzi. Zizzy still with it. Now for Malore, and that's going to be a little too long, and that one gathered in by Garcia and sent up, and it's going to stay in play as the ball is chased down now by Greg Jordan. New name for the Harrisburg City Islanders, stepping in, wearing number 13, typically Stephen Basso's number. Pelletier still with it. Brandt will settle it now for the Islanders and look around. Marshall. Here's Zizzy now for the Islanders. Quickly ahead, this one for Pettis. Pettis had it momentarily. Now it goes off of Zizzy. Zizzy trying to get there. And Baptiste will gather that one in for the LA Blues. Long ball swung up. Jordan able to gather that one in. Brandt for Langley now. LA doing a nice job pressuring here right now, Larry, both in the midfield and up top.
Well, they're well organized, Chad. I mean, obviously they had a lot of numbers back behind the ball, and keeping things in front of them is obviously their goal for this half. Again, and they're going to try to come away with a steal. They're not going to open everything up unless they really have to. They're not going to expose themselves. And honestly, you know, it's a good game so far. Both teams are looking like they want to go forward, but Harrisburg has the more numbers. Obviously, Harrisburg's playing with 3 up on top, or at least a flex, where they're playing with 3 push up on top. And LA's done a nice job defending. Harrisburg's done a nice job attacking. And we'll see what the first half brings us. But I do believe that with this 4-5-1 system that they have in place for LA, they are not overly concerned about whether they score in the first half or not unless they can poach one.
So Malore wins the corner kick again for the Islanders. Over to take the kick this time will be Pelletier. Pelletier swings this one in. And again, Miranda gets a hand on it. Langley gets a strike at the goal, and that one blocked again by the Blues. Nice give and go here for LA between Brian Burke and number 5, Josh Suggs. Doing a nice job of working out of a tough situation there. They get the throw in here. Suggs waits, checks it up. Got Faber in front of him, I should say. Noon's going to switch it for Zizzy now. It seems like the Islanders are content with just knocking the ball around, trying to possess until they can pull that defense of LA out, and then they strike on the outside. But LA doing a great job of clogging things up in the middle, like you said, getting numbers behind the ball. And there's going to be a yellow card given on this one to Brandt.
That's an interesting call. I mean, it's his first foul of the match. I didn't think he did anything that would warrant that. Maybe give him a warning, but again, now that changes the complexion of how Tom has to play the rest of the match.
Take a look at it on the replay here. First of all, right there, Ekra's taken down, no call. Oh yeah, Malore grabbed, or check that, Brandt grabbed the hold and dragged him down, so that's probably why they gave him the yellow.
Unfortunately, from our angle, you can't see.
Exactly.
You can't see that from our side. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Here's Malore again. Has Ekra down that near side, far side, I should say. Nice defensive play there by LA. Here's Suggs with it now. LA trying to work out here.
Boy, look at the line that Harrisburg's holding high. They are putting LA under. They really, really want these points. And I'll tell you, the pressure they're putting them under, they're waiting for LA to cough one up, and they're looking to strike, because I'll tell you what, this is the highest line I've seen Harrisburg play all year.
Oh, what a great play by Ekra. Couldn't get it down in front. Knocked down by Noon. Noon that takes a strike, and that one blocked by Carlos Borja. And I think that's going to be a card as well. It is.
That was a great individual effort by Jan Ekra.
Take a look at this here. Noon takes the shot, and then the foul coming up here. Zizzy coming in. Oh, he actually knee right to the back. That's a tough foul there, and the referee comes flying in now and actually takes out another player as he slips into play. We've seen a little bit of everything. So Burke gets a yellow card.
Don't tell me there's a player down. He's hurt from the referee hitting him.
Zizzy's down, but the referee almost took out another. He took a knee straight to the lower back. When he slid in, he slid with his back to the player coming at it, you'll see, and the player's knee hits him in the back as they come in. You'll see here as the official comes flying in here, there's some pushing and shoving, and bloop! He lands right on the injured player. So talking about throwing more fuel on the fire.
Oh.
So we've got to pause here. We're going to pause so we can hear from some of our.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise, we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
And welcome back. It looks like Zizzy is up after taking two punishing blows. One by number 8, Brian Burke, who received a yellow card for that, and then the official on the sidelines coming in with the slide tackle.
That has to go on a blooper. I'm sorry.
That would be, I would call that a yellow card,
On the AR.
a slide from behind. Folks, that just shows you how wet it is out on the field as well. Islanders with a great opportunity there. Another one here. Noon gets to it and just puts that one up over the net. And actually, they're going to call him offsides. No, they're going to call it a goal kick. Oh, what a great ball sent in there by Pelletier. We'll take a look at it on the replay here. Ball comes out, Pelletier sends this one to that far post, and Noon stretching, trying to get there, and just pops it up over the goal, but on a great play there. See JT Noon, 6 foot. Ball flicked ahead now. LA trying to come up with it, they do. Fondy left it, now played in front now for Farber. That one gathered in by the Islanders. Ekra leaves it. Now Pelletier. Marshall holds up now. Drives it down this near side for Langley. Langley trying to get there. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a dangerous play. And Langley almost got there. As coming out was Jose Miranda. And he almost slipped on the play. But a nice ball driven through.
You know, it was a good look. It was a good thought. Unfortunately, the conditions of the field being as damp as they are, it's not going to hold. Even if he had a lot of backspin on it, it wasn't going to hold.
Noon comes up with this one now. Noon has Pettis and Malore. Malore still with it, trying to streak through. Malore cuts it back, waits. Oh, tries to take a shot, and he's tied up from behind. Malore still with it now for the Islanders. Out for Pettis now. Pettis tries to get a strike. He does, and that one just knocked up and out of play by Miranda. So what a great run over there by Malore. Working hard here. Malore comes down in, sends it back for Pettis. Pettis gets a step on his defender and lets a shot go. And it forces Miranda to pop that one up over top. So we'll have a corner kick again here for the Islanders. This will be their third of the game. Pelletier will take the kick.
That's Garrett's job, Chad. I mean, he's got to get in a tight space and get service in like that.
That one headed out by the LA Blues. Ekra trying to bring it down. That one gathered in, though, by the Blues. Now Ekra comes back up with it. Leaves it for Langley. Langley takes a shot from outside. That one's going to go wide of the mark.
What I was starting to say earlier about that little sequence we had with Malore and and Pettis getting a shot off. They were missing that before. That was a great opportunity for Garrett to get a rip in a tight space. Excellent job.
Here's Ekra, gets it over for Langley. Langley looking for that bender to go to the outside, and that one just goes wide of the mark. So restart here for LA. Noon still with it now. Marshall trying to get to it. Now Langley goes up for the header. That's going to go off of an Islander player. We'll have a throw in for the LA Blues. USL Live is on UNation, the league's official online video channel. Check us out at USLLive.com. Are you a citizen of USL Nation? Come join us at USLNation.com. We've got a substitution here as Zizzy is injured on the play and he's coming off, and Leroy will enter the game now for the Islanders. He took a hard knock to the back, Larry.
You know, he did, Chad, but that, again, we talked about this, about the size difference and everything else, and stuff like that. I mean, of course, you know, I know he took a nice knock and what have you, but in today's game, now if Leroy comes in and plays well, that could be Leroy's job for the rest of the season. So, you know, I know you don't want to play injured, but that would be more of a contusion than it would have been maybe a, you know, something more serious. Hopefully I'm right when I say that, but it looked like he just took a bit of a knee to the lower back, and you know, if I've gotten hit once, I've gotten hit 100 times like that, and you find a way to play through it.
Ball sent ahead for Langley, but it's going to shuffle to Baptiste, and he's going to send it all the way back. Miranda sends it up now near midfield. Marshall gets up, gets ahead on that one. Ekra trying to win it. Instead comes up Borja for the LA Blues. Here's Leroy now. Sends it down for Pettis. Pettis knocks it back for Langley. Langley trying to work it into a space. Ekra still with it. Leaves it for Pelletier, who drives this one up, over, and out of play. So we're going to pause. 0-0 here in our 25th minute. Stay with us.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise, we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
And welcome back to the island, as we are still underway here in our 26th minute of play, 0-0. Larry Julius and Chad Edwards bringing you all the action. Ball comes back for Baptiste now. Baptiste sends it ahead, and that one I think he intended to leave for Borja, but it goes wide of him. Ekra with it now. Ekra. Now Pettis with it, leaves it back. Here's Noon. That was intended for Ekra. Intercepted, though, there by Corey Miller. Trying to get it back out for Miller. He wasn't able to get there as that one was gathered in by Jordan. Now ahead. Islanders striking near this near side as Pelletier was looking for Langley. It's going to be too far for him. And we will actually, Miranda was over to get that one to keep it in play.
The Harrisburg City Islanders are offering a chance to sharpen your soccer skills this offseason. Sign up for our indoor training program and train.
Here's Pettis. Drives it across for Ekra. Now Ekra has that one skip off his foot. Blues will gather it back in. Baptiste sends it all the way across. Garcia with it now. Has to check up. Plays it all the way back. The Blues will start to reload here as they send it back for Jose Miranda. Baptiste again with it. Long ball down this near side. I think it was intended for Farber, but it swings to the center of the field and gathered in by Nick Noble. So LA come out really pushing hard up top in the first couple minutes of this first half, and now haven't really been able to move that ball up over midfield for about the last 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes later.
Well, part of that is Harrisburg's doing an excellent job of pressing high, and they're sending a lot of numbers up, and they're putting them under, and they're not allowing them to come out so easily. And again, this is part of Harrisburg's game plan to try and jump on this early. At some point when the game stretches itself out, and it will, LA is going to be probably the fresher team because obviously they're not pressing as hard as high. So we'll see. I mean, Harrisburg's a fit club. You know, Coach Becker does a great job in their training, and may or may not affect them. The night tonight is just amazing as far as temperature-wise.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We dropped 15 degrees since that rain came through here, and now it's anybody's game. But again, I think if anything, you're going to find Harrisburg, if they get the first goal, they'll go back to a 4-4-2. It looks like they're playing like a bit of a flex, like with a high man with Garrett Pettis on top and a 4-5-1 and the two outside mids, outside flankers, I would call them, go forward and they get involved in the attack. And right now, LA's playing a straight 4-5-1 with just the one high player.
You can see how wet it is down in that corner. It's going to be a corner kick for LA as Leroy was just unable to keep his footing to try and move that ball out. So a corner kick here. This will be the first corner kick of the game for the LA Blues. And it looks like it's Brian Burke over to take the kick. Ball driven in. That one flicked on, and that one headed right back out by the Islanders. Played back in, nice turn. Check that. That was Borja that sent the corner kick in. He's with the ball now. There again, you can see how wet that corner is. There's two players going down now, Leroy and Borja.
Well, both of these corners, you know, over the course of the years have always held water, especially that end and down the end to our right down here have always held water. And of course, this field being somewhat soft all the time, it really makes life difficult for them.
Ball sent in for Malor. Malor's got a step here, drives it to that back post, but actually couldn't get much on it, just rolls to Jose Miranda. But a great run by Malor on that one there.
It is, and you know what, Chad, we've talked about this in previous broadcasts where it was great to see him come in impact games, and after talking to Coach Betcher, we knew at some point he was going to get a start. It was impossible for him to keep him off, and he's been an impact from the beginning. So let's see how he can progress throughout the course of a 90-minute match. And right there, that last effort, that's really all he had. You know, he's either going to try to whip it across, but he knew Pettis wasn't there yet, and Pettis was way deeper than that. And therefore, I'm saying that the best opportunity for him would have been rip one to goal, back post.
Plus, with as wet as the field is, trying to keep your footing to try and take somebody on, you've
Absolutely.
got a higher percentage of losing the ball than you do, you know, hanging onto it in that wet surface.
Yeah, no
that was
question.
a great ball swung in there by LA as well, and they almost got to it before Noble was able to gather it in.
You know, when LA does go forward, you know, they show that they've been dangerous. They show that they have the capabilities of doing well. But again, you know, they get quite a few ties in their game as well. So, you know, it seems like all the teams we've seen here that have had quite a bit of ties are having a hard time finding that last piece of, you know, goal scoring. And it's a commodity. Goal scorers in any league are a commodity.
And it's funny, as I look back through the standings, that was one of the things that jumped out at me, was that as I look down through, the only team without a tie this year is the Charleston Battery.
Wow, that's interesting.
They have not played a game that there was a tie in it, and that's why they're up in the standings high as well. When you can, you know, put away. Unfortunately, you know, they've got a couple more losses, but that they could have taken a couple of ties out of. But they're the only one without a tie. So
yeah. Well, you know, throughout the course of the game here, I'd like to take a shout out to Bobby Washer, who plays for the FC Dallas, local player here, superstar local player here. And I know there's people wondering when we'll see him back on the field for the MLS FC Dallas team. And he's just off injury at this point. He said he's trying to work himself back into the lineup at this point, and we have to wish him well.
Noon swings this one across for Jordan now. Marshall gets to that one. It's Pettis on. Goes up hard against Miranda. Miranda pulls him down. Then Pettis tries to pull him down. No call either way.
Again, I like that effort because, you know, quite frankly, that was a broken play out of the back from Marshall. And we have yet to see all year somebody try to make something out of nothing up on top. And And Garrett's willing to do that. A good goal scorer finds a way to get their head on it, their foot on it, their thigh on it, anything they can to get the ball in the back of the net. You love the effort, and I have to applaud that.
Here's Marshall with it again. Tries to squeak that one in for Pettis. That one taken away. Here's Pelletier with it now. Pelletier has Malore outside. In for Pettis. Pettis take it down. Great tackle coming in there was Baptiste. Check that rather. That was Garcia getting a foot in there. Great tackle.
That had to be timed absolutely exquisite. If it did not, that would have been trouble.
Exactly. Great play by the LA Blue defender. Malore with a quick throw in now for Jordan. Jordan now waits, checks it back for Malore. Malore tries to drive that one short and low. And LA able to clear the zone on that one. Matt Hall gets a foot on it.
And I like the pressure Harrisburg's given. I mean, they've been relentless this first 33 minutes. They have been on cue. They have been all over LA. And it's just been a little unfortunate. But LA, with the numbers they have in the back, again, like we talked about, they're not stretched out enough to get in behind. Right now, it's either going to be a ball from the width, whipping across, or it's going to be a shot from distance. But anything right now individually is going to be very difficult because LA is doing a very good job of defending and getting numbers back behind the ball.
I apologize, I was calling Brandt. Jordan over on the far side. Jordan is moved into the middle of the field, and Brandt is on the outside left now, and they moved, of course, Leroy over to the right side when Zizzy was taken out of the game because of the back injury. You see Jordan for the City Islanders just run off the screen there momentarily, so we'll have another throw in for the LA Blues as we are in our 35th minute of play, still 0-0 here on the island. Happy to have you along here on Invicta Sports. All sent in, and LA will settle it down. Here's Baptiste with it now. Baptiste looks wide. LA will attack the near side with Suggs. Suggs trying to work it through, still with it. Suggs steps down, lets a shot go, loose in front, and Noble able to gather that one in. I think Suggs was looking to that far post, look for a deflection, came right to Noble. And what a great play by, like you said, as soon as LA gets a ball, they get everybody in. Take a look at it here. Suggs gets in, he just drives a hard shot low. It goes off the defender, actually, goes off of Jordan. And Noble was able to get out there and gather that one in.
Yeah, that was actually unfortunate off Marshall in the middle and the back, where it just skimmed off him a little bit and it set it up for him, but Noble, like a cat, came flying up his line and swallowed that up.
We'll have to wait and see, and yeah, that's going to be a high kick, I think is what they're going to call there.
I actually was a little interested by that call because, you know, he dipped down and stuck his head in there, so I think that could have went either way.
Visit USL Pro Soccer on Facebook at facebook.com/USL Pro. For scores, stats, news, and more exclusively, you can find all that at uslsoccer.com. Noon is called on the foul, so they'll bring it back just over midfield for an LA restart here.
You know, Chad, some of the smaller things that have been going on that kind of go a little bit unnoticed that have been fantastic for Harrisburg has been their first touch into space. Several times balls have been played in with about 12 to 20 yards on the ground, and they're under high pressure, and they've come out of it on a good half turn into space. Pettis did it once. Eckler just did it here once. You don't see that too often. You see a lot of guys usually knock balls down negatively, and then guys end up losing those or they have to go back negative. They've done a nice job of turning into space with good quality touch. So that just goes to show the type of training that's being provided for these guys and how they've been able to take their game to the next level. It's really been very good to watch technically from my perspective, and I can appreciate that because that's the same things you do at the youth level with kids, but now they're doing those same types of things at the professional level.
Ball sent through here, Pettis trying to get there. Miranda comes out and drives this one forward. And we're gonna have a foul charged against LA. We'll have a restart here. And you see Marshall for the City Islanders. Pelletier quickly with the restart.
You know, at the end of the year last year when the Union brought several of these players into their mix, if you remember, I would be hard-pressed to believe that they could bypass or not give Marshall a look, because he has just been fantastic.
He's a
all year
very
long.
solid defender,
Yeah.
very solid. Unfortunate for him, the Philadelphia Union has some solid defenders as well back there.
But he's versatile. I think they could slide him to an outside back position, which certainly has always been a spot of contention for them. But again, in their transition time right now, where they have a new interim coach, and John Hackworth's been doing a brilliant job with them. Actually, things I'm getting from their camp and how their players are more united ever than before, and John has really found a way to get his niche and get the players he wants on the field, and they've had some success, and they've done well. And I think that relationship between them and the Islanders is going to really get narrower, a little bit tighter together.
Yep, definitely.
And I can see some of these players going back and forth.
So corner kick here for the Islanders. Malor will swing this one in. Near that back post, Leroy gets up. It bounces, and what a great defensive play. Defenders, that's why you stay on your post, stay on your post, stay on your post. What a great job in the back there by Matt Hall to head that one away as it bounced up and over top of Miranda. What a great play. Malor with a nice ball swung in. Leroy gets up in the air, heads it down, it bounces, and right there Hall stayed to home, did exactly what he's supposed to do, textbook stay on that post.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, the header from Leroy was absolutely outstanding. Coming in hard, late, snapped right over the top of him, right to the ground, which is what you want to teach, is a ball going to the ground. It made it very difficult for that keeper to make that save.
So in our 39th minute, still 0-0, we're going to pause so you can hear from some of our sponsors.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Welcome back. We've got another corner kick here for the Islanders. Malor will take it again. The last in-swinger from the left footer.
Well, if he can play the same ball as he just did before, maybe this one come in a little bit lower, a little bit harder, change it up a little bit.
Here it goes. Swings it. Back post again. And a little early on the jump was Noon, or Noon really had a great opportunity. It looked like he jumped way too early. Ball played back now. Here's Jordan with it. Out for Brandt. Noon trying to get a turn on that one. It's gathered in by the Blues and actually played off the sideline. That one by number 15, Matt Hall. Pettis trying to get a turn. Fondy still with it. Fondy tries to squeak it through. He does. LA breaking down that far side and unable to get across was Brian Burke, but they do come up with a corner kick out of it.
Harrisburg's been solid all evening, Chad, in the back. I mean, just composed, good organization, keeping their lines. I mean, Tom Brandt's going out from the right to the left due to the injury for Zizzy, and just not skipping a beat. They're very solid, doing an excellent job against this LA Blue team.
So corner kick for LA. Swinging the ball in here will be Borja, I should say. And that was going to be headed right back out again. Looked like Brandt got a head on it. So corner kick again. Borja will send it in. Carlos Borja from Mexico. Last club he played for was CD Chivas USA. All swung in, and that one loose inside the box, still bouncing around. And we're going to have to wait and see what's called now. And actually, there was a foul down in deep. We'll have to wait and see. Looks like Baptiste was in there and went head-to-head with Pettis. And we'll have a foul called there. We'll have to wait and see. Is there going to be a card issued? The ball swung in. You'll see right there the foul. Wait to see here still if the official is going to give the card. Looks like they're exchanging addresses maybe for Christmas cards later there, Larry?
I don't know, but they obviously know each other somehow, somewhere.
So Baptiste looks like he talked himself out of a yellow card there maybe.
I don't necessarily know if that's a yellow card. I mean, it's definitely a foul. It's dangerous, but it's being over embellished. The players, do that. There was no need for a card.
Umbro, true soccer since 1924. For more information, visit www.umbro.com. Here comes the Islanders. That one's blocked by Pettis. Langley drives it near the back post, and Miranda gets a hand on that one. Here's Noon with it again now. Noon flips this one, and that one's going to be headed up and out of play. It's going to go off of Josh Suggs, and we'll have a corner kick here in our 44th minute of play. So the Islanders with a couple opportunities there as well, Larry. Another corner kick. This time it looks like it will be Noon that'll take the kick. Actually, it's going to be Malor again that's actually feeding the ball in. Malor drives near that back post. Leroy trying to get there, nothing, but Langley will gather it in for the Islanders. Still numbers in the box. This one driven across the top and had a lot of numbers to the back post, but he couldn't get it up and out there.
And again, that's a very important ball to find. I mean, Langley's got to do a better job of whipping that ball to the back post, getting it up. They do have the numbers in and a goal-scoring opportunity. It's got to be whipped in with pace and deep to the back.
Here's Eckler trying to get a turn. Leaves it for Pettis. Pettis gets a shot off. Looking for a handball. It's not going to get it. Again, here comes Lay working it forward. Griffin sends this one around for Farber. Farber, great ball through. And Noble just gets a hand on it as Matt Fondy was trying to break in there for it. Griffin again now. Griffin, top of the box, turns, gets a shot off. And that comes off of Noble as it skips off the wet surface in front of him.
I'll tell you what, as soon as he struck that, I knew that was trouble. That was going to be a short hopper, and it's wet. That was a great opportunity for him.
Ball come in here. Fondy just squeaks it right through, and Noble just barely getting there in time. Great save. So we're in our 45th minute. They've said 2 minutes of stoppage time we'll have in this first half. 2 minutes. We'll have a restart far side of the field for the LA Blues.
Although I think Harrisburg's had the better of the opportunities and the higher level of possession, it's been a very interesting half because every time LA has gone forward and got in behind, they have made this game interesting.
Ball driven up now. That one flicked on. Here's Farber with it again. Cuts it in, waits, now he's gonna play it outside. No, he does not. One too many touches, had a player on the outside overlapping. Could have swung it out there right away to him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's coming across the face of the backs. I mean, he should have slipped him right in. Held on it entirely too much.
Ball driven up, Leroy knocks that one down. Ball driven up, Baptiste will get a head on that one. Check that rather, that was Garcia. Got a head on it. Noon still with it now. Noon flicked on by Pelletier. Pettis trying to get a foot on it. Loses it. And Pettis comes back up with it though. Pettis waits. Now just tries to send that one through when it's gathered in by Miranda. As we played, it looks like that's going to do it. We played an extra minute and 42 seconds as both of these teams play to a 0-0 tie in an interesting game, a game that both squads need a victory desperately with just 5 games left on the regular season. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first half. You're watching USL Soccer on Invicta Sports.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
The neurologist said you will lose the ability to swallow, to breathe. You will die. I asked the neurologist, why? If we could transplant hearts, couldn't we also replace damaged motor neurons?
Jennifer devoted the last 6 years of her life to wiping out ALS. Project ALS has created a new paradigm for disease research.
We know the goal. We want to get a cure for ALS.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
And welcome back to City Island at the Skyline Sports Complex. We're at the half here between the Harrisburg City Islanders and the LA Blues, knotted at 0. Interesting first half, Larry, of play.
Well, I think LA got the result they wanted. I think they were happy to come out and get the 0-0 at halftime and potentially open themselves up for an entertaining second half because they need the 3 points. I think Harrisburg is the one that needs to come out and find a way to get the result out of this and really expose themselves to a higher level of play here in the second half. And I bet you we're going to see some changes, even though they were doing all right. But talking to Coach Betcher, I think his interest is, hey, I got to find a way to get results, and we'll do what we got to do to get them.
All right, so let's take a look at the highlights from our first half. It was an interesting one. We had a little bit of everything here on this wet surface. As we take a look, the first ball comes in. Miranda knocks that one down, and a shot that's blocked eventually in there by the LA Blues. Nice ball from Langley. And then, of course, a weird one as Zizzy went down, took a knee to the back, and then the official comes flying in to break up a fight and adds more to the fire there. And a great ball sent across as Noon popped that one over top. Ekra working hard in that first half. He sends a nice ball across, and Langley just bends that one a little far. This was a great ball sent in here by Malore, and great headed down, but again, defensively, standing hard was Matt Hall at his post, as you can see again there. Fantastic ball served in, great header, even a great defensive play. Then again, Langley sends that one in, Miranda with a save, and then a great opportunity here as the ball sent through for LA, and there you see Nick Noble coming out and able to gather that one in. So we are at the half here in Harrisburg, 0-0. Stay with us. We'll be back to take a look at the halftime stats when we return here on Invictus Sports.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
The neurologist said you will lose the ability to swallow, to breathe. You will die. I asked the neurologist, why? If we could transplant hearts, couldn't we also replace damaged motor neurons?
Jennifer devoted the last 6 years of her life to wiping out ALS. Project ALS has created a new paradigm for disease research.
We know the goal. We want to get a cure for ALS.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
We are at the half here in Harrisburg. There you see our score. LA Blues in Harrisburg knotted at 0 still after one half of play. Let's take a look at our first half stats. Shots on goal, 9 for Harrisburg. Saves, 4 for the LA Blues. A foul, 6-5. Offsides, 2-1. Corner, 6-3. And of course, 0-0. Larry, taking a look at this second half. Any changes? What do you think you come out with both squads?
Well, you know, if I'm Harrisburg, I know that we've created some opportunities, but we have not converted. So it's very likely that Coach Betcher will come out and make a change or two. And if he does not, I look for a change between the 60th and 65th minute. If I'm LA, I'm fairly content because, you know, we're still 0-0 at halftime. You know, I know I have 45 more minutes. Maybe he makes a change or two here to inject a little bit more speed up on top because obviously playing a 4-5-1, his front runner's running pretty hard, and there's a good possibility that he'll come out and maybe go with more of an attacking formation. If not right off the bat, definitely in the last 20 minutes if it's still 0-0.
Sounds good. Second half coming up when we return right here on Invicta Sports.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise, we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
The neurologist said, you will lose the ability to swallow, to breathe. You will die. I asked the neurologist, why? If we could transplant hearts, couldn't we also replace damaged motor neurons?
Jennifer devoted the last 6 years of her life to wiping out ALS. Project ALS has created a new paradigm for disease research.
We know the goal. We want to get a cure for ALS.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
Welcome back to the Harrisburg City Island Skyline Sports Complex. We're ready to get underway for our second half of play. Harrisburg and the LA Blues knotted at 0 here as we start the second half in a game that's important to both of these squads in terms of staying in the standings for the Islanders, in terms of playoff contention. In LA, with a victory tonight, could move within 1 point of Harrisburg, who is in 5th place right now. So this game very crucial for both squads.
Well, to be honest with you, Chad, again, I told you at halftime, LA was going to be content with getting out here 0-0, and right from the get-go, they've come out of the gate hot. They're coming out, going right at Harrisburg and putting them under right off the get-go.
Ball sent up, and that one, Langley tries to knock it down. Leroy gets up in the air, heads that one down. LA with control at midfield here. Ball sent ahead, that one flicked on by Farber. It'll be a throw-in. Leroy will take the throw quickly, sends it in for Noble. So it looks like there was a change at halftime, Larry. And looks like now in the game is Galindo for the LA Blues.
Now, interesting enough, and this was off camera, so nobody else would have seen or heard this other than myself, who was sitting here while you were in the truck. But something must have happened in front of us between security and the coaching staff of the Harrisburg City Islanders, where Galindo and them were exchanging some pleasantries. And something must have happened. I'm not sure what it was, but noteworthy that he came in with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Gotcha. So we'll have to watch and see what happens there then. So we'll restart here for LA. Baptiste. He'll send it all the way back. Here come the Islanders again. Langley with it over for Pettis. Pettis tries to squeak it back through for Langley. Couldn't get it to him. That ball goes off of players. Pettis comes sliding in and looked like on Baptiste, and he's going to be carded.
Yeah, even though there was no intent, he came in to win the ball.
Yep.
You know, even though there was no intent, that definitely was a little dangerous. And, you know, if he would catch him the wrong way, that certainly is, that's dangerous.
You see Garrett Pettis, 6 foot, local boy out of Middletown, Pennsylvania. Take a look at the replay here as Pettis tries to send the ball through and it stopped, and then he comes trying to win the ball. Oh yeah, it came through cleats first too, studs first.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what though, Chad? I mean, his energy's there. You definitely have to appreciate that. And he's eager, he's hungry to score. And but on a surface like this tonight, with it being wet as it is, again, I thought the referee so far in the first half has done an excellent job of keeping control. And again, establishing right off the get-go, he's not going to allow anything like that to happen.
Islanders trying to clear the zone. LA with a nice burst through there. Ball sent down the far side now. Here comes LA. That's knocked off the sidelines. Ball sent in now for Galindo. Along the end line. LA drives this one in front, comes all the way through. And Malore's going to gather it in here for the City Islanders. Ball left now for Noon. Here's Noon with it now. Pelletier going to switch it back for Marshall. Langley has to play it back for Marshall now. Islanders look keep content right now with knocking the ball around, trying to pull that defense of LA out. There's Langley with it again, has Noon in the center. Noble's going to have to drive this one forward now. And there was an offsides, I think. Who was coming back from offsides? Must have been Pettis. So we'll have a restart now for the LA Blues.
You know, LA seems to be going in spurts here, Chad, where they're going to press high, and maybe for the first 4 minutes of the half, they decided they were going to press high, and now they're going to drop in a little bit. But again, Harrisburg having a difficult time getting them behind them clean. You know, they're pushing, they're just having a difficult time getting them behind them clean. I do sense that there's going to be a change coming. I just see the rhythm with Harrisburg maybe starting to drop just a little bit. So I do sense that Bill will probably make a change here shortly, whether it's now or whether it's in the next 10 minutes. But something needs to change.
Oh, there's going to be a card here. And that's going to go against Marshall. And he's going to be carded because he pulled down Makeel Galindo, and it'll be a restart and a really good spot on the field here for LA to take a crack at the goal on this one.
Well, from this distance, especially with the surface being wet, and we already saw Noble bobble the first one, I'd go at it.
Take a look at the replay again. The ball coming through, and Galindo wins the ball here and almost beats Marshall. Marshall thought maybe he was the last player back, so he grabbed the jersey and tugged him down.
I think he's fortunate he wasn't the last player back because that
That
card
would have been a red. Exactly. Yeah. So let's see who's over the ball. Number 5, Josh Suggs for LA. Can't see who the other number is. And great strike, and that's blocked by the wall. This one flipped over top. Noble comes out and gathers it in. Max Griffin was the player that took the free kick.
You know, Chad, I know we have talked about this, whether it be at the youth level, but at the pro level. He's coming onto the ball directly behind it. There is just, to me, just very little to no chance that that ball is going to get where it needs to get. And that means over the wall in that short a distance, driving right over the ball. And if there's one area of this game that I'm very confident in is definitely ball striking. And something like that, to me, that it was not dangerous whatsoever. There was no pace on it. It was on frame, but it went right into the wall. He's directly behind it.
Here's a dangerous play here for LA. LA on the far side. Griffith's trying to stay with it.
You go back to, being at the All-Star game the other night, you and I had an opportunity to see Beckham up close. And, of course, we watch him on TV. He's considered probably the best ball striker in the world. Some may want to say that's a little bit unorthodox the way he hits it. But coming sideways onto the ball and then whipping into it the way he does, it's so dangerous, so powerful. You would think more would want to follow in that suit, but you don't see that too often. And to me, that was not very dangerous.
This ball swung in, headed out by Ekra. Islanders trying to quickly clear the zone. Marshall trying to get out. Ekra comes up with a great hustle by Marshall to get out there and get pressure on that ball. Here's Ekra down this near side, still fighting hard. And a good defensive play coming back there was number 6, Corey Miller. As Miller is chopped down from behind by Ekra, we'll have a restart here for the LA Blues.
Corey Miller has been a very silent but yet impactful player for LA. I mean, he's done very, very well. Both sides of the ball, 18-18. I've been impressed with his play so far today.
Miranda with the ball now. They'll play it to the far side here for the LA Blues. Far side of the field now. The Islanders have been pushing. In LA, it seems coming out in the second half as a team that's pushing harder now. And you said we would see a change in the game as it went on.
Well, again, Chad, yeah, their points are huge. They need those 3 points because they still have Harrisburg 2 more times in LA back-to-back. So for them, they need these points. If they can get out of here with 3 points and basically steal 3 points, that will be huge for them.
Here's Malor attacking the goal now. Malor trying to cut through, loses the ball. And again, defensively back there. Garcia wins it. Now Pettis tries to get a shot off. Little too much time trying to get that shot off there from Pettis. Had the opening early. LA's going to be able to clear this one out. No, Noon comes up with it. JT Noon still with it. Noon waits. Cuts it back across the top. Quickly chips this one in for Pettis. And Pettis slipped on the play. Here's Langley with it. Gets a shot off goal! Morgan Langley! What a great strike from Morgan Langley. A one-timer in the air. The volley beats Miranda, and it's 1-0 Islanders in the 54th minute of play. On the volley, you'll see here Pettis tries to get to it, and then the ball just pops off of JT Noon, and Langley gets the shot. What a great shot.
Great reactionary shot by Morgan Langley outside the 18. The keeper had absolutely no chance on that bullet.
It did not give the assist to Noon, but it looked like Noon was the one that came off of him and over to him. So take a look at it again here as the ball comes over. Noon will stick a foot in there. It goes off of him and over. What a great strike by Langley. 1-0 Harrisburg. 54th minute of play. Now, LA needs to fight even harder because they do not want to leave here with a loss or a tie.
Well, they can't. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, maybe a tie. Worst case scenario, they certainly cannot afford the loss. But I can tell you this, now this changes the way Bill Betcher makes his substitutions. Does he go for the juggler and bring in another forward? Does he bring in a center mid? Their center mids have been working 18 to 18 at this point. Do they sit a 4-5-1? You know, now LA has to adjust. Do they come out and throw three forwards? Do they wait a little bit thinking, you know, they played last night? So at some point here, the game is going to open up and stretch out, and then we'll see who can score that next goal.
Here's LA down this near side, streaking through here as Burke trying to get there. Jordan comes up with it for the City Islanders. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. Jordan has done a great job coming in for the Islanders here defensively, Larry, in this game.
You know what? He's been a very effective player for him. It's somebody that we have yet to see, or I have yet to see on the island. I'm not even sure where he came from, but he's been a very impactful player for these guys today. Great composure here in the back line. Most guys would have whacked that ball out of bounds. He comes up, flips it up, good composure, wins it. Excellent play.
Got to throw in deep now for the City Islanders. USL Live is on U-Nation this year, the league's official online video channel. To find out all about U-Nation, check out USLLive.com. Ball sent in, that one punched away by Noble. Flicked on now, and here's Malor down this near side. Malor waits, checks it up. And again, tries to cut this one back, and he's dragged down on the play. We're going to have a restart for the Islanders. Fondy was the player that dragged him down. Ecker with a run down this near side here. Noon quickly plays the ball for him, but too long. But a great heads-up play by Ecker to make that run right away.
It was a great run, and actually it was a great ball by JT Noon. I don't know if he could have played the ball any different, to be fair. I mean, that's just a byproduct of the ball hitting the ground and skipping with it being a little bit damp yet. But he couldn't have played it any better. I think, if anything, Ecker should have finished his run a little bit harder and maybe slid to keep that in. But, again, that we're up here. You know, we see what we see, and, you know, one can call us armchair quarterbacks because we're making adjustments for guys, and we don't know whether they could or couldn't get there.
Ball swung out to the far side now for LA. The Blues trying to knock that one in, intended for Galindo, and that one taken away, and LA wins it right back. Here's Baptiste with it. Almost had that one taken away, but the foul will be charged against Ekra. Jose Miranda will take the kick, and we will take a break here so we can hear from some of our sponsors.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Lindo tries to play this one down in as we come back here for Fondy, and that one's going to be played off the sideline for an LA throw-in. And we're going to have our second substitution of the game, I should say, for the Islanders. And Pettis is going to come off, and Saini Torre is going to enter the game. Saini tends to be a player that when he comes in off the bench is absolutely dangerous late in the contest.
You know, he's impacted every match he's come in, especially in the second half. And I remember early on the season talking about the fact that I think he's a very effective player when he comes off the bench. And he has done incredibly well. Now he's going to be a major thorn in the side of tired backs here for LA. So if they score another one, this contest could be in serious jeopardy for LA to get anything out of it.
Baptiste with it now as he swings it back across this near side. Burke with it. Swings it back all the way across for Baptiste now. LA pushing a little harder here, and we're going to have a foul here, Charles, against Langley. So restart here for the LA Blues. We've played 60 minutes here in our contest. Here's a dangerous here. Leroy has Torre. Torre is called off, and boy, I don't know. I'd like to see that one back on the replay.
I'll tell you what, Chad, I thought they timed that just absolutely perfect, but he's right on it.
Yep. We're not straight down the line like the official was, so from here it looked like he was on, but the official call is down on the field. But what a great play. Leroy breaking out of the zone and had a great run underway by Saini Torre. We'll take a look and see out here on the replay. Torre working through, boy, he was definitely, he was on by a good
2 steps.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy cow.
What a great play by the Islanders and negated by the call. So you play on. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. You can argue all you want, but if the referee calls it off, it's off. What a great run by Malor. Can he get there? He does, and he's taken down on the play, but the goaltender did touch the ball when he came out in that, Larry, so I'm wondering why there was no call. And if you're thinking because of that, it could be. Goalie did get to the ball.
I got to tell you, it's incredibly upsetting to the coaching staff at Harrisburg. They're all off the bench, wailing arms. You don't see Coach Betcher do that very often, but obviously when he does, he certainly is upset. That, to me, is definitely a foul. I don't know why they didn't call it, unless they felt like he got the ball, but needless to say, it was.
Boy, with another great ball. And Malor with a great run to get there. And I tell you, Miranda came out strong. Malor.
That was his only chance. I mean, that was his absolutely only chance. And unfortunately, Malor was wrecked in the play, but that was his only opportunity.
Malor it looks like he may be seriously hurt here. He cannot put any weight on that right foot, it looks like, Larry. So we'll have to see if we got it on a replay again or something. We'll take a look at it right now, actually. As Malor streaking through, and Malor actually touches the ball by. Goalie got the ball, but he played the player too. So it's, you know, I don't know.
That's dangerous. You know, that's dangerous. He came out really with an intent to win the ball, obviously.
Yep.
But awful wild, you know, flailing through the air like that.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy
definitely
play right there.
Definitely a yellow. There's no question about it.
We've seen a little bit of everything in this game.
We have, and they got 2 more contests.
Umbro, true soccer since 1924. For more information, visit www.umbro.com. So we've seen, he's hurting. See the ball one more time come through, and Malor gets the ball. Yeah, you know what? That's a foul. The more I look at it,
there's no question about it. I mean, that was way dangerous.
Yeah, the goalie didn't get the ball. The ball was played off of him.
And to be fair, you know what I'll say, and as Malor gets a little bit more mature as a player, he'll take that first touch and he'll leap.
Yeah.
He'll have to leave his feet because, honestly, that's a broken leg waiting to happen right there if he's keeping his feet on the ground. So, to me, that's something where he's got to take a touch and leap. Get up in the air, get over the top, you know, save himself, you know, at that point in time.
We're going to have a restart here shortly. So Mukasada in the game now, and he's going to give rest to Malor, who was taken down on that play, Larry.
And to me, I mean, that's reckless. I mean, there's got to be a card thrown. I mean,
and to not even have a call. To not even have a call. So the throw in for LA here. Ball sent up, flicked on. Here's Pelletier with it now. In for Ekra. Ekra Tries to send Torre through. Actually, he's got, almost getting in there. For the City Islanders. Was lucky, Mukasada. And now we're going to have a foul charge. So Mukasada with a great rundown in there, Larry.
Again, right off the bat, Mukasada comes in and impacts the game. You know, got a lot of speed up on top now, a lot of speed to burn at this point. So this next goal is critical, Chad. This next goal is huge for Harrisburg.
Ball sent in by LA. Looked like the player was on there. Comes into Griffin. Griffin tries to send in a dangerous cross top of the box. Shot taken, and that one's blocked by Marshall as he goes down. Mukasada comes up with it. Ball sent ahead by Brandt now. Baptiste just heads this one back for Garcia.
I'll tell you what, Chad, Marshall left himself out there, and he very well may have just saved the goal.
Absolutely. Run down this near side, ball given right back now for Galindo. That one taken away by the Islanders again. Here's Pelletier. Strikes this one ahead. Here's Ekra. Got Torre, but Ekra couldn't gather it in enough, I think, to really make the play. That's slippery surface.
That's
Here's
a toe
Ekra.
poke. He's got Torre on the run. That's a toe poke. He's got to serve him in.
No call as Pelletier steps in and comes up with it. Here's Torre with it now for the Islanders. Torre plays it for Langley. Langley outside quickly to that back post. In the header, what a goal by Lucky Mukasada. Coming in the 67th minute. We'll take a look at this one again. What a great diving header. It all starts when the ball's sent out and sent in by Langley, who just one touches it. Mukasada, really, Miranda had no chance in that whatsoever.
No, that's textbook. That's a great service, great finish. You know, Miranda, all he could have possibly done is left himself off the line, but the ball came in hard enough that he had to hold his line. So that was a great goal. Excellent, excellent goal by the LA Blues.
So
I checked that. Harrisburg City Islanders. I was looking at the substitution coming in, and I was caught myself.
Harrisburg City Islanders with the goal in the 67th minute. Mukasada from Langley and Torre. So what a great play. It's 2-0 now for the Islanders.
Well, at this point in time now, Chad, he has to throw everything and he possibly can forward. There's not enough time at this point to continue with the one front runner. You're going to see a lot more longer direct balls. You'll for sure see a substitution from LA, no question about it.
That ball headed away over on the far side by Leroy. Pace of this game has picked up a little bit since Mukasada and Saini Torre have entered the game.
And again, you know, when you bring in subs like that, again, Coach Betcher knows his team well. They impacted the game. Both of them impacted the game. Again, let's keep in mind, it doesn't mean the guys that were just playing did not do a nice job. They did a job where it fatigued the back four of the LA, and now you bring in two fresh subs, both with a lot of pace, and that makes all the difference in the world, and of course, that changed the complexion of the game. Another
substitution coming into the game here for the LA Blues. Israel Cisse will enter the game as he gives a rest to Brian Farber. So a dangerous kick here again. We saw this one just a few minutes ago. You'd mentioned you don't want to strike the ball straight on, so we'll see who takes the kick this time and how they approach it. Baptiste is over the ball. Suggs is there as well. And again, pretty much a straight on approach. Great strike though. Gets up and down, and Noble able to gather that one in.
He did come on straight on, but then as soon as, right before he struck it, he stepped deeper to his left and then curled into it. And again, that to me is counterproductive. Start left, come into it, and finish towards the target. And again, I don't think guys realize the amount of power that he just lost from there. That was a very easy save for Noble. Good shot, but a very easy save for Noble.
Ball swung outside here. LA desperately needs to try and put one in early here. And Saini Torre goes straight down. And did they go head-to-head, Larry?
Yeah, it sure looked like it.
It looked like they did, didn't they? Both players are take a look at this. Look like both players may become head-to-head here.
Well, definitely the player from LA must be cut.
Oh, yeah, they definitely come head-to-head. It was Sandy Torre, and it looked like it was also trying to get the number, but Torre went straight to the ground and did not move at all.
Corey Miller, it looks like.
Miller, okay.
Yeah, he's coming out.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a cut to the back of the head, the trainer there. So this will be a little bit while they attend to these two players. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll pick things up here. So stay with us. It's 2-0 here. Islanders in the 71st minute of play over the LA Blues.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
And welcome back. And Miller was the player that was injured for the LA Blues. He has a very nasty cut to the head. Hopefully he's okay. Sandy Torre did come out of the game. Not sure if he's got a concussion or what. But thank God both of these players are on their feet, at least Larry. Now hopefully neither one of them have any a concussion or anything like that. We know how dangerous those are today.
Well,
so
Miller's got a gash, Chad.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, that is going to take some serious sutures to clean that up.
Yep. There you see Miller as we're getting ready to get underway here. Drew Yates has come in the game now to replace Torre. Did you see which player coming off the bench? Was it
Yates for Harrisburg?
Right.
And I did not see who came in for Miller. Oh, it's number 27.
Number 27, which we do not have on the roster. Let's see who 27 is. 27. Arviza. And Arvizu is the player that came in for Miller. So LA on the far side. Have to wait and see. I tell you what, both of these players being checked out right now, and Sandy Torre, the way he came in and dropped to the ground, it almost looked like he was knocked out cold. So hopefully no serious head injury there. And Miller, they're taking some big. He's got a heck of a gash there, Larry. Heck of a gash.
I'm telling you what, when he went down, the way he went down, Torre got it on the forehead, which is obviously your hardest bone, and he took it right to the side of the back of the head. That's the worst spot.
Here's Burke with it now. Burke attacking. Ball squeaks through, and Brandt gets a foot on it for the Islanders. LA pushing here. Langley trying to bring that one down and lost it momentarily. Langley with it still. Far side. Here's Ekra now. Ekra gets the turn. Has Mukasada. Didn't see him though. Across the top of that box. Ball chipped in now for Ekra, but he was off on the play. Here's Yates trying to chase this one down. LA breaking out of the back now. Farber with it. Sheds this one in, looking to get it checked out. I'm sorry, that was Galindo. Now that one gathered in by Jordan. Islanders will recharge in the back. 75th minute, 2-0 here. Islanders up. Happy to have you along here on Invicta Sports and USL, live in U Nation, bringing you all the soccer action. In the center now for Yates. Yates has Mukasada breaking through. Mukasada trying to get there. And boy, that ball, did it come out of the, that almost looked like he picked it up outside the box.
You know, it's hard when the lights come on here. The lines are a bit faint. You can't really see. But, you know, it wouldn't be the first time we saw that here. Remember
That's
last
right.
time we had Noble do that.
Galindo breaking through the center now. Has a player out to the side. And he wanted Matt Fondy to make a run, that backdoor run. And Fondy held up, I think, trying to stay on sides. Burke quickly now sends it all the way in the center. Ball sent across here by Borja. Baptiste in the center now for LA as they try to work forward. They need a goal here sooner than later, obviously, so they can try and work their way back in. We will have quite a bit of stoppage time, I think, because of the injury to both players. Lindo with it. Center of the field now. Baptiste. Right now the Islanders dropping everybody behind the ball. When Pettis was in, he was staying high. The only player that was staying high, here's a shot, that one blocked again. But right now the Islanders dropping everyone behind the ball, clogging up that middle of the field. Here's Burke again for the LA Blues. Cisse has to send it all the way back. Nice job again by Jordan to clear that one for the Islanders. Garcia will play it to the far side. Ball sent in, nice touch to the outside by Max Griffin. Griffin looking to try and get the ball in as that one goes off an Islander. We'll have a throw in for LA quickly. The ball sent back in. Arvizu with it. Gets it back again here. Baptiste sends this one down in, dangerous here. LA trying to squeak it through. And again, Jordan gets a foot on it for the Islanders. That one blocked on the far side now. And it will go off for another LA throw-in. Here's Burke. That ball almost taken away by Mukasada. What does LA need to do right now, Larry? I mean, Harrisburg's dropping everybody behind the ball.
Well, this is the unfortunate side of going down 2 goals because now they're going to play a low line. They're going to play a restrained line of about 20, 25 yards away from their goal, and they're going to be saying, hey, I'm going to invite the long ball. Anything over the top, either we're going to head it back out or we're going to have Noble get onto it, or it's going to be a mistake. But at this point in time, you know, Harrisburg wants the results. They're not going to worry about coming out and playing. They'll take what they can long. If they can stretch them out enough and get something, great. If they can't, they're not in a position to have to worry about scoring. So right now they're going to invite LA to go long, and LA is going to have to take that invitation because they don't have a choice.
Center of the field, Yates gets in there, gets a foot on that one. Griffin with the turn now. Griffin tries to send that one through, and again Jordan there. Having a great game for the Islanders tonight.
He is, but, you know, again, Griffin's final pass was poor. As you can see, he's tracking back 35 yards after the ball because he knows it was a poor entry pass, and that's where the difference has to be. He's going to have to do, these guys are going to do a better job in the final third, especially if they're going to break in that last seam. They have no choice.
Langley comes up with the ball still. Ekra gets the shot, and that one blocked in front. Good defensive play there. Looked like Farber was back in there and got a foot on it.
It almost looked like Langley caught the ball there, Chad.
It did. Brandt sends it all the way across now. Ball coming back for Leroy, can't get it. Here's Noon with it now. Noon steps up, tries to send that one through, I think looking for Lucky Mukasada. And here comes LA the other way. Galindo has that one knocked away. Brandt just sends this one forward. And Langley gathers it in for the Islanders. Leroy.
JT, sorry, Chad. JT, we've seen this so many times, I have to bring this to everybody's attention. He's in a position where all he has to do is hit a ball from 25 yards out, and he's looking for that last pass. And I understand what he wants to do, but he's got a good shot. Test him. this game goes 3-0, this thing's over with. So, again, that's an opportunity missed because he didn't want to pull the trigger.
Here's Yates with the ball again here. Working through. Mukasada leaves it for Ekra. Ekra tries to send that one over the top for Mukasada, and that one taken away by the defense of the LA Blues. Here's Galindo now. Galindo. Ball for Griffith on the outside. Looks like it might be too far. It is. They're throwing for the Islanders now. We're at 80th minute of play. Ball headed on by Fundy. Now ahead for Griffith, but he's going to be charged off sides here, and we'll have a restart for the Islanders.
Harrisburg needs to do a little bit of a better job of getting a little bit more compact in the back, Chad. Their lines between the backs and the midfielders are getting a little stretched. They need to tighten it up a little bit. If they are going to get everybody behind the ball, they can't allow these guys to get inside those seams and play that small ball. Right now, they're trying to invite the longer ball. Take that. Don't let them in the seams, especially unmolested. They need to get themselves in a position a little bit stronger, uncontested, excuse me, and you know, put them in a position so they can't get that final pass off.
Visit USL Pro on Facebook at facebook.com/USL Pro, where you can find all kinds of information, stats and scores and news and more exclusively at uslsoccer.com. Long ball driven here, I think intended for Griffith. Again, Jordan gets ahead on that one. Pelletier trying to chase this one down. Noon comes up with it. Now Yates gets a turn. Has Mukasada on a run down the middle here. Leroy. There's Jordan again. Grant, ball in for Ekra. Ekra has Mukasada outside. He's going to swing it to the far side, though, for Langley.
Yeah, I thought he was offside, too. I thought Jan should have came back to the left over here, and as soon as he went to play Langley, I thought for sure he was offside.
So LA turning the ball now in center of the field. Arguzu. Garcia now sends it over for Baptiste. Fondy trying to get to this one, gets the flick on, and Jordan is there, and now Brandt comes in and heads this one out. LA comes right back up with it, though, as they send it outside, and this one left for Burke. And that ball intended, I think, there for Borja, and it's played too far in front of him by Fondy, and it'll be a goal kick now for the Harrisburg City Islanders. We're in our 83rd minute of play.
You're starting to see a lot of frustration on the LA Blues. A lot of frustration on their face, their demeanor. You know, they're getting frustrated because their last pass just isn't there, and their touch seems to be a little bit heavy. But then again, you know, they played last night. They traveled, so obviously this late in the game, it's pretty indicative of a team that, you know, is starting to feel it.
You want to come out and see a few more of the City Islander games, a couple more home games? Come support City Islanders. To purchase tickets, contact the Islanders by phoning 717-441-GOAL or visit them online at www.cityislanders.com. And you can get tickets to the next game that we'll be televising here on Invicta Sports. It'll be Wednesday, August 1st. August 1st versus the Orlando City. And kickoff time is 7 p.m. Got a throw in deep now for the Islanders. Leroy will take the throw. Sends this one in, intended for Yates. Yates still with it. Leaves it now for Ekra. Ekra tries to chip that one across, and the Blues will break out. Mukasada actually wins this one the ball back. Here's Brandt with it now. Noon. Leroy with some space. Here's Ecker again with it. Ecker tries to take a shot there, and that one's blocked by Baptiste. First player that we've seen had the ball in that part of the field and took a crack at the goal.
And again, it's a great opportunity. I mean, especially if you're a heavy ball striker. I mean, from that distance, by all means, you already saw what can happen when you play it and it skips in and it'll get a little short. Especially at night when the lights are like this, it makes it difficult for keepers to make a save. You follow it, you know, anything can happen. But you don't know it unless you take the opportunity. I mean, too often it's
far side.
Guys are trying to play the last pass. Sorry, Chad.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Leroy in for Pelletier. Marshall. Islanders are just stretching the field now. They're wearing down that LA defense. We're in our 86th minute. Islanders up 2-0. We're going to pause so we can hear from some of our sponsors.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking, exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
Here's Yates with it now. Holds up. Plays it outside for Ekra. Grant just sends this one down in. Kill a little bit of time here. You want to keep that ball and try and possess that ball if you can, but they actually get a throw-in out of it.
Well, better Tom serve a ball in that space in there and not eat it back here and give something up. But it was actually not a bad played ball. I think he expected Yatesy to make a run, but he didn't move. He stood.
Griffin has that one taken away by Brandt. Torre with some room, chips this one over the top for Yates. Almost got it all the way through for Mukasada. Now they'll switch it up, go the opposite way. That one intended for Griffin. That one's going to go too long. We'll have an Islander throw in.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have your attention, please. Tonight's official attendance is 1,851.
Leroy will take the throw.
It's a fantastic crowd here for the Island. That's probably the largest of the year, I would think.
Yeah, 1,800. Very good crowd. Ball goes off again. We'll have another Islander throw in. Here come the Islanders again. Ekra trying to play that one through for Mukasada. Good interception there. Long ball here for Griffith. That one's going to be headed back for Noble. Noble will gather that one in. We've played 88 minutes here. And LA looks wore out, Larry. I don't think they've got any more gas in the tank. Of course, they played last night. And they look wore out now. And, you know, I think right now they're kind of going through the paces to get through this one and look to try and take both of the two games against Harrisburg at home. Maybe.
Yeah, I would agree, Chad. I mean, it's obviously an incredibly daunting task to play back-to-back days and then travel in between. And the travel, I'm sure, was on a bus because it was only 4 hours away. So there's a lot of factors that come into it. And, you know, they did a good job in the first half of holding on, but Harrisburg just, you know, overwhelmed them with their substitutions, and that pace came in and just, of course, you know, speed kills. So that was the end of that.
Grant sends this one in for Mukasada. That one gathered in again here by Burke, who's been tough on this right side defensively for LA. LA still trying to push here, has Fondy outside. Now Fondy with it, tries to flick that one on. It's out of bounds off of Brandt. And it looks like we'll have a substitution. This will be Bixler. He's going to come in for Ekra. Send us your feedback and follow us on Twitter at Invicta Video. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Invicta Video. You can also find out more about what Invicta does and all of our projects and see some demos and stuff at www.invicta.net. We're going to have 4 minutes of stoppage time added here. Far side of the field now, LA trying to work in. If they could pop one in here, anything can happen from this point. Ball skipped in there. Noble had a little bit of a hard time gathering it in, but able to hold on to it. Islanders will try and kill as much time as they can now as we've played roughly 30 seconds of our stoppage time. Bixler playing up top, a place that not used to seeing him play.
Especially up on top. Yeah, especially up on top. And this is more of probably rehab minutes for him, kind of getting him back into some game shape.
The ball goes out of play. We'll have a throw in for the Islanders. Brandt with the throw, quickly in for Noon. Noon chips it ahead for Mukasada. Can he get through? Bixler comes up with it, then outside for Noon. Now Mukasada gets it, and he's going to be called on the offsides. Here's Burke for LA. Fondy tries to let that go. They'll get the throw-in out of it. LA switches it far side now. Trying to get there. They do. In for Griffith, and actually it's going to be a foul called against Marshall.
Yeah, I thought that was dangerous also. Yep. He came in high and not necessarily studs up, but he came in pretty high. Although Cisse kind of reached in a little bit as well, but Marshall came in pretty high. Definitely dangerous.
So a restart here again for LA.
I'm not sure what Jason Pelletier is doing here. I mean, it's obviously they need to back up, and he's not the biggest of guys. I don't know what he's trying to get in a muscle contest with those guys for. I mean, I understand he's probably trying to delay the game just a little bit, but he's going to look for a yellow card if he doesn't be careful.
Referee gets the wall backed up here. We'll see how they try to go at the goal with this restart. 2 minutes and 20 seconds played of our stoppage time. Approximately 4 minutes of stoppage time allotted, I should say. Shot taken, and again, the wall blocks that one. Looking for a handball, nothing there. Is the ball going to stay in? Marshall's going to try and get there. He does. Marshall to Mukasada with plenty of space. Mukasada has Yates on the run. He tries to pull it back, and that one gathered in by Baptiste. Again, a given away ball there, Larry.
Again, I'm trying to figure out why Mukasada brought the ball back. He's going positive. He's got two guys on the right flank. All he has to do is flip the ball in a diagonal corner. The game's over. But instead, he holds it, and fortunately, the game's 2-0. But it comes down to decisions. And as a coach, you watch that and you're thinking, okay, he's not making the best decision right there. Why not advance the ball out to the right? You have two players running out there to 2v1 at minimum. So
here's Baptiste with it now, cuts it back. Baptiste chips this one down inside. It's headed away though by Yates. And now Langley's just going to knock this one forward. Both teams looking a little tired out there now. And that's going to do it. So Harrisburg pulls one out, Larry, here. 2-0 in a game that both squads needed a victory in. So Harrisburg takes what they had to do. That should secure them to stay in their 5th place positioning right now. 5 games left on the season. Your thoughts on this one?
Huge 3 points for Harrisburg. Again, atypical this time of the year. Harrisburg always finds a way to get the results. I will not be surprised if we see Harrisburg back in the USL Finals.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to wrap things up here from Harrisburg. Harrisburg 2, LA 0.
It's here, whether you enjoy hunting or fishing, discovering history or cutting-edge technology.
It's here. From delicious chocolate to professional sports, wild roller coasters to endless shopping.
It's here. From fine dining to home-style cooking. Exciting nightlife to small-town charm. Dauphin County has it all.
No surprise, we were voted the 12th most livable region in the nation.
It's here. You should be here too.
The neurologist said, you will lose the ability to swallow, to breathe. You will die. I asked the neurologist, why? If we could transplant hearts, couldn't we also replace damaged motor neurons?
Jennifer devoted the last 6 years of her life to wiping out ALS. Project ALS has created a new paradigm for disease research.
We know the goal. We want to get a cure for ALS.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
For 40 years, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency has helped people with their housing needs, and we continue to innovate. Our home mortgage programs offer new, more competitive interest rates and down payment and closing cost assistance. Plus, we've kept our most popular features like free homebuyer education and exceptional customer service for the life of your loan. Visit our website or give us a call. We offer home mortgages that fit your budget. We're PHFA. Welcome home.
And welcome back. As you see, the ever-popular mayflies here on City Island gathering around the lights. There you see the final score. Harrisburg taking the victory 2-0 here in a critical game they needed for points to stay in 5th place heading into the last 5 games of the season before playoffs. We hope you've enjoyed our contest here tonight. It's been an interesting one. Of course, we had everything from officials sliding in and wiping out players that were already injured and on the ground to major head injuries and some great goals. Don't forget, Larry, we got another one on Wednesday. Should be an interesting one. Orlando comes into town. I always love watching them play.
Orlando, by far, last year was the best team I saw out here, and of course, it became a great final between those two, and it could be indicative of what we see this year in the final. So, you know, again, seeing Orlando here, it's a great atmosphere. It should be a packed environment for them because everybody loves seeing them play. And between Harrisburg and Orlando, what a great match. Anybody wants to see the last 2 teams of the finals last year.
Absolutely, and there you see that game will be Wednesday, August 1st. Harrisburg versus Orlando. The kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. We'll have it all here for you on Invictus Sports. Of course, you can tune in and watch all the game action as well on USL Live, which is U Nation. And we hope you enjoyed our coverage here tonight from the Skyline Sports Complex in Harrisburg. For Larry Julius, I'm Chad Edwards. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Wednesday.